turning underrated and pilots living proof. No matter your differences, no matter the things they telling you. Cause we've been shaking haters, living like some humble hippies. Let's smoke a joint and get along. Is anybody with me?
HempFest is the world's largest annual cannabis policy reform event. Been taking place on the Seattle waterfront since 1991. And it's 1.5 miles of vendors, speakers, bands, music, freedom, and information.
It's called a protestival because it's a protest festival. We have up to 300,000 people come through these parks on these 3 days, and they're here to learn about cannabis, to celebrate the cannabis culture, and to say that marijuana should be legalized because clearly no harm is being done here. In fact, it's helping a lot of people.
HempFest has been going on since 1991 with really spectacular statistics. We've never had a serious injury or serious case of violence happen at the event in 21 years.
Attitudes in Seattle in particular have become increasingly lenient towards marijuana. In 2003, we passed Initiative 75, which made marijuana possession the city's lowest law enforcement priority. And even though law enforcement had dug in its heels a bit, the city elected Pete Holmes, the city attorney.
3 years ago, I promised on my campaign that I would not prosecute another simple marijuana possession case. I have not, and I will not as long as I'm your city attorney.
When I took office, I found to my disappointment, but not really my surprise, that of the hundreds of pending possession cases, 59% of them were against African Americans. Seattle is a city with a 7 to 8% African American population. So it only confirmed what I had already suspected. I ordered all of those cases dismissed, and we have not filed a case since I took office.
I was originally appointed in 1983 and quickly saw in my own courtroom that we're churning low-level drug offenders through the system for no good purpose, ruining people's lives, and realized that the tougher you get with regard to drug crimes, literally the softer you get with regard to the prosecution of robbery, rape, and murder. This is an absolute waste of resources, it's counterproductive, and eventually determined that drug prohibition is the biggest failed policy in the history of the United States of America, second only to slavery.
Unjust laws like marijuana prohibition don't make us safe. They undermine respect for cops who would rather focus on more serious crimes. Because of the war on drugs, this country jails more of its citizens than any other nation on the planet.
Every American, regardless of your religious affiliation, your political perspective, has to look at that and say that's shameful.
The drug war started in the United States, it spreads around the world like a cancer, and this is where it has to end. It has to be killed here so that people worldwide will be able to follow that example.